B-roll ducks. Initially, when we get into this place, it's going to be, you're going to see a lot more open water. There's still going to be a bunch of mats, but there's still open water. But the further back we get, the shallower it gets, the thicker it gets, the more toolies you get, more swans you get. Like everything that you don't want to get a kayak into, we're going to get it into back here.
That's great. I can tell you, I could have lived here for 100 years and I would have never found this. We literally drove past a fighter jet getting, what just happened? Like, it's like passage through Narnia to find this place. But like, okay, pretty cool. All right, let's see. But yeah, it's
pretty epic. And this is what I was talking about when we go to load over a curb.
Yeah.
And we're going to be dragging down into the shallows. Right here, it's only about 12 inches deep.
Yeah, let's check it out. Oh yeah, super shallow. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
And the cool thing is the water's not too regulated here, so it never really goes too high or too low.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, totally.
Rainy season, it gets up a little bit, but it's not. These weeds are still out of the water.
That dam line there. Yeah. That's awesome. Man, I did ask you for a torture test location, and boy, I think we might have found it.
Yeah. And it goes goes back and back and back. And if you drive on this road, you can actually see the arms that go out.
Yeah.
And you'll see all the see the Thule Islands, the Thule walls.
Oh, that is some swampy looking stuff.
Yeah, we'll go over here and there's just we'll walk over here. There's some openings in these bushes over here. Hopefully we don't catch some random homeless people doing what random homeless people do. But there's laydowns.
Make it interesting quick.
Yeah, there's laydowns, there's fallen trees, everything submerged stuff that you do not want to catch with a motor or anything. Anything that's protruding from the lower end of the hull.
Right.
So, yeah, initially I used to fish this place from like just the bushes, and because I didn't have a kayak.
Yeah.
And then once I got a kayak, this was one of the first places I thought of coming. And it was great to paddle. Then when I got the motor on the kayak, I was like, yes! And the first day I brought the motor out here, I made it to about 50 yards and my motor was winding and not spinning. And I was like, okay, I pulled it up. It was just a ball of weeds. I was like,
all right. So yeah, we got a baseline now. So that's good.
Yep.
So we know.
Yeah. If we can
50-yard baseline.
Yeah. If we can make it past that Thule Island right there, you're good to go. And there's plenty of matted vegetation, which I know that you and me had talked about.
Yeah.
Like really trying to push on these matted vegetations.
Yeah, because for us, it's definitely the hardest.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Anything below the surface is, we don't even interact with it at all. We're just floating over the top.
Yeah.
So it's really just breaking through these floating surface mats. We're basically an icebreaker at that point, punching through.
Yeah, and so what people won't really see on the video, hopefully we can get a little bit of it. You see the matted vegetation, but you see this very submergent vegetation that's just barely coming to the surface.
Yeah.
That's most of this. If there's not a ripple on the water, that's what it is.
Yeah.
So we can really get a good testing on that intake. We can get a good testing on how well the motor performs, how well the kayak shakes the weeds that it does collect.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, if it can make it here, you can make it anywhere, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're going to find it when the ratio of swamp weeds to water becomes, 90% weed. That's if we can make that, man, we're straining in some different territory, but yeah, that looks like the perfect testing ground. So,
and these weeds, you can get way back up in them. Way up in them. Like there's little navigation from the swans and whatever else lives out here. You can get in through the Thule lines and get way deep in there, and we can try and do the reverse to reverse out and like test the strength of the motor that direction, especially with the weed collection and stuff. It'd be really fun.
All right, and I hear there's real fish in this lake.
There's real big fish in this lake. Yeah. Now, chances of catching one, I'm not the guy to talk to about catching the big ones. I mean, I've talked to a few and I've seen them with my very eyes, but I have not held them in my hands yet.
Well, maybe if you can get back to the spots nobody can get to, maybe that's where the dumb ones are.
Well, that's 90% of the battle here is like you'll see them out in the water and then they disappear into the weeds. And by the time you paddle up there, you're literally dragging your kayak, like just trying to get it up in there.
Need tank tracks at that point.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So, yeah, I think we're gonna have a way better chance of getting to some of those fish. That's another thing is, I actually want to bring it up about the Garmin versus the Newport and Torqeedo about the kickup value. You know what I'm saying? And
so that was I heard the Garmin doesn't kick up.
It does not. it locks. It actually has posi locks, and because of the way they have it, there's 2 tabs. You actually have to put the motor in at an angle, and then it locks in one place, or it locks up, and those 2 tabs hold it in those positions.
Yeah.
So to have a motor like that to kick up, they have too much. Basically, everything's in that motor housing. So to have it kick up, it would probably end up damaging the unit more. And
listen, if Garmin built it, I'm sure they tested it. Yeah.
I'm really interested. No offense, man, but I really want to take it over a log, bro. I want to take it. I want to put it somewhere where I should.
So I'll show you on the back of the boat. There's actually, if you look close, you don't notice it at first, but there's actually 2 rails molded into the tail of the boat to help with tracking. But I also molded them in for jumping logs.
Oh yes, dude.
So, yeah, literally. So one of the things we wanted to do for iCast was I literally was advocating for going to Home Depot and getting it like a 4-inch fence post and floating it in the lake with a couple of buoys and flags, so we could just let people just drive over the thing.
Dude, that's genius.
So that was what we were going to do for marketing, but obviously that all fell apart. But yeah, we can bring our own log too if we can't find one.
Oh, I know there's plenty over here. I know where they're at. Yeah. It was beavers at one time, and there's just a bunch of fallen timber in certain spots back here where it's like, dude, I want to get. And there's branch arms and everything, and that's like what naturally occurring. Like that's where big fish hold. They hold on structure, or they hold like whatever it is, like rocks and stuff like that at the bottom, or they hold on cover, which is like fallen trees or good weed lines, heavy vegetation. And this place offers all of that, and so be able to get into that stuff finally is going to be so. I have a feeling I'm going to lose more lures than I am going to do any damage to that kayak. I swear to God, man.
Well, and it's standing timber too, like. Like at Shasta Lake where the lake level comes up and down a lot, where there's a bunch of trees you can get into.
Yes.
Man, I'm really looking forward to be able to just like kind of slide between all of them and just get in shallow.
Oh yeah.
Not have to worry about the branches.
Yep. So I know for a fact from history and from fishing this place that, so you can kind of see a piece sticking out over there. Out here, there's a log. I know it's submergent because I've hit it like 3 different times.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, and then all this timber gets blown all around, all that floating timber. Right there, that gets blown all
there's
around.
Our test log right there. We'll drag that out with a rope, and you can.
Dude, I'm so down. Yes.
Drag it out in the middle. We can just do some donuts over it.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh, there's another big floating one down there too. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a bunch of like the timber. There's submergent timber, and then there's all this floating. And come winter, come fall, this stuff, the vegetation. I don't know how or why it doesn't hold it. It just floats out into the open area.
Oh, really?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it gets out.
Detaches. And
So it's pretty cool, man. It just depends on the wind, like the wind directions, and you know, come fall, a lot of these trees don't have the leaves to block the wind.
Right,
so,
right.
Like you can see some of the swans out here, but if you go back and left, that's where most of them hang out. It's you know, I'm gonna bring a paddle just because I need something to keep them off me, but like, I don't think I'm gonna need it.
Self-defense paddle.
Shout out Drew Gregory, buddy. I watched that video. It's amazing. I love you, dude. That was awesome. Do you have any questions, or I'm excited to get.
This looks like the ideal worst case scenario because it definitely scales from navigable, we could stay in the channels, to we can just plow it into an iceberg and find out, you know, exactly what the limit is. So I definitely think we can find the upper threshold in this swampy mess for sure. And I think people will get a kick out of jumping some logs. So I'm 100% in. Let's do it.
I'm 100% down. So you guys heard it here first. Next video, getting stuck and jumping logs.
Super appreciate it. All the insight and bringing me to the exact perfect place that I needed to find. So, I mean, no, I really appreciate it, and having local guys here to help direct as we move this thing forward and making sure we're on the right track. Like, I really appreciate it. So anything I can do to help you, man, like I'm here for it. I super appreciate it.
Yeah,
thanks, man.
Right. Shallow creeks and moving water, and absolutely it's going to be a strong point, and I'm sure you're going to have a couple guys come out sooner or later and get it in the river and get it real shallow, like Watt Avenue, power in, like all that stuff, real shallow and good. A lot of guys, that's going to be their strong point. That's going to be what they're looking at. And when I saw your kayak, this is the first thing I thought of. I was like, I want to put this in weeds. I want to put it in muck. I want to get it as shallow and as nasty as possible, because if it overproduces here, if it is engineered perfect for this kind of scenario, you're going to have so many Delta anglers. You're going to have so many guys from the South. Like, why am I spending $5,000 and then another $8,000 when I could just buy this product pre-built, ready to go, like out the gate for half the price? Like, that's, so it might ruffle some feathers, but like, I really think you're doing a good thing here. So
I appreciate it, man. Like one little step at a time. But yeah, I mean, This is high bar.
Yeah,
We can make it through this.
Yep.
Uh,
Yep. And hey, dude, if we can't, that's almost better in my opinion. If I get it stuck, I'm super happy because then you and me go, okay, this is where I got stuck and this is how I got stuck, and then you can take that and go, oh, I need to do this.
Definitely, yeah. So I mean, I think it's going to be I can tell you, we can make it back to here for sure.
Oh yeah.
It's just going to be a matter of, you know, do you need to stay through the channels? At what point? Because like this, I feel pretty good about.
Yeah.
The solid floating mats, because I think what we're going to have to determine is like, how does your forward speed affect, you know, its ability to part the sea, right? Because like we have to physically break that to get through it.
Yep.
Even whether you're paddling or anything, you got to physically push through it.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
So it's more figuring out like at what speed is it most effectively, you know, cleave through the solid floating junk and, you know, kind of work through that.
And the great part about it is all this dies off even more and breaks and collects back there.
Yeah.
So we can go into the loose junk too.
Oh, okay.
And we can get into the nasty cheesy mats.
Yeah, there you
They're
go.
all back there. And I don't know, I'm sure you've had this on a kayak a time or two paddling. When you're paddling and it's so thick and you just hear it sliding on the bottom of your kayak, that's what I'm interesed in. That's like, that is that's my wheelhouse. Right
Yeah,
there. So
exactly.
let's do that.
You know, I have a very specific skill set and a very specific view of things. I need more perspectives and more angles, right? Like you bring a different perspective, like both you guys bring completely different perspectives from each other and from me. So I think, you know, the more perspectives I get on it, you know, the more depth we bring to this thing, the better the overall solution will be in the end. So I mean, that's what we're working on.
Well, let's get on out of here. He's got a family to get to. I got a family to get to. You got a tournament to get to. So without any further ado, I bring to you the end. Maybe not this one right now, but all this stuff is pretty loose. Like you can literally just... Yeah, we can take it and put it out there wherever. You know what's crazy is if you stand here long enough, you'll just see... Like you'll see the weeds kind of move and you'll see a big old green black side. And you're like, oh. You throw something at it for 10 minutes and then...
Nope.
They don't want nothing of it. But I mean, this place has been fished for so long, so it's about trying to get into the cuts at this point.
Yeah.
Get places where they're not used to you being, and